Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? Hope everybody doing well. So I want to talk about George Kambosos, the newly unified lightweight champion, defeated Teofimo Lopez in a very competitive, action-packed fight, rounding off 2021. Great performance by Kambosos. He won that fight as an underdog. Showed us a lot of things that you would like to see in a true world champion. Showed a lot of grit, showed a lot of hunger, showed a lot of skill, intelligence in the ring, man, and just mental fortitude, strong, tough mental fortitude. All those things that make a true and a real world-class, great world champion. And of course, there was the whole, WBC franchise title shit, the whole bullshit. Everybody knows the truth in regard to, the true status of Teofimo Lopez when he beat Lomachenko, and then the current status of Kambosos right now being the unified champion and not actually being undisputed. Just like if you look at in the history books, it tells you who are the actual 4-belt undisputed world champion. As far as the male, you can see the women's side as well. Clarissa Shields did it twice in 2 weight classes at the same time. She did that last year. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to 2021, man. 2021 was a very good year for boxing, in my opinion, especially the last 6 months. But there was a lot of undisputed matchups, man. A lot of guys and women fighting for supremacy and really fighting for an opportunity to show that they are the best. Really putting everything on the line to prove that they are the best in their division, and wanting to have themselves listed as the only champion in their division. One face, one name, one champion. You know what I'm saying? And it take nuts, and it take a certain type of a level of confidence and desire for glory to want to put yourself in that position. So shout out to everybody that fought for Undisputed last year in 2021, but Kambosos was not one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? He fought for the unified titles, and he, as you can see, like I said, if you look at the history books, you will see that there's only 6 undisputed male champions in the 4-belt era in history. Kambosos is not on that list. Devin Haney is the WBC champion at lightweight. And, before, I would say, before the Teofimo Lopez fight, Kambosos, everything that he was talking about was sounding real good. It was sounding like, if I get these belts, I'm going to be a real champion. I'm going to be the guy that ain't going to duck no phase. I'm going to fight anybody. No questions asked. It is what it is. I'm ready for whatever. You dig what I'm saying? And it sounded real good, and I believed him. And, actually going into the fight, he proved that he was about everything that he said he was. Immediately after the fight, he mentioned Devin Haney's name. He like, look, I want that fight. We can go to Australia. You dig what I'm saying? Devin Haney went on social media and said, look, I'm with all the smoke. I'll fight you on Jupiter if I got to. You did. And then after a while, Kambosos had an opportunity to sit with the belts and kind of soak it all in, soak in all the new fame and all the new notoriety and different things like that, getting some love from the fans. He started to sound a little bit different. He started to sound like, well, if Devin Haney, Devin Haney had the fight coming up with JoJo Diaz, he started to sound like, well, if Devin Haney looks spectacular, then I'll fight him. If he looks amazing, then I'll get in the ring with him. Even though this guy has the one last missing piece to you making history, to becoming the first undisputed lightweight champion of all time. The first undisputed lightweight champion in history. You know what I'm saying? George Kambosos, you have one missing piece, literally. One missing piece. And that's Devin Haney and his WBC championship. Devin Haney is currently the longest reigning champion in the lightweight division right now. Before George Kambosos was even thought of as any type of anything, Devin Haney was world champion. He had owned every single world champion that you can, every single world championship on the different statuses of world champions within the WBC organization. And he fought his way to the position to become world champion. We all know the whole story about him and Lomachenko, the fight that didn't happen. And I'm not going to go through that because y'all already know what it is. I done explained this shit a million times. You know, but we know that Devin Haney earned this spot. Whether or not he got a chance to fight Lopez or Lomachenko, none of that shit mean anything. He earned this spot to get where he at. And if you look at his resume, you look at the guys that he done fought, the veteran and Gamboa went out there and fought a tough veteran and very skilled multi-divisional champion, former world champion in Jorge Linares. Went through adversity, outclassed him. Then went out there and beat Jojo Diaz, a very skilled fighter in his prime. Only lost to Gary Russell Jr. in a good fight. Outclassed him. You dig what I'm saying? This man earned his spot to be where he at right now. And what Cambosis is doing now is he's putting a poll up on social media, asking the people, who should I fight? Knowing damn well you know who we want you to fight. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't no situation where it's like, oh, well, I need to go collect a belt here, or I need to go collect a belt here. You already got 3 of the world titles. There's only one left. There's only one left for you to become undisputed world champion at lightweight. The first ever. History. That's legacy. But instead, Kambosos is trying to create a bidding war on who's going to pay him the most money. Now, the crazy thing about that, the ironic thing about that is that we know that Bob Arum is not about to shell out no hell of a lot of money for no damn George Kambosos. He didn't even want to pay for the Teofimo Lopez and Kambosos fight. And what make you think he finna pay a whole lot of money for you to fight Lomachenko? Lomachenko, again, great fighter. Love to watch him fight. Amazingly skilled fighter. But he's not no big money man. Nobody really knows who the fuck Lomachenko is. He don't bring in a lot of money. And you not finna make no shitload of money fighting Lomachenko. I don't care where you fight him at. Australia, Mars, Africa. I don't give a fuck where you fight Lomachenko. You not finna make no big ass bag, bro. You not. People barely even know who Kambosos is or Lomachenko, to be real with you. People still don't know who the fuck George Kambosos is. I seen a clip of him at the game and shit, you know, at an NBA game, you know, because he world champion now. You know, they did a little segment where they put the camera on him and shit. He waved. Motherfuckers don't know who the fuck Kambosos is. He out there with the belts and shit. These folks don't know who you is, bruh. I ain't trying to shit on him, but I'm just trying to put this shit in perspective. You dig what I'm saying? So the irony about all this, now he could fight Tank Davis. That's a decent money fight, but Tank Davis' opponents really ain't making no bread neither. They got to pay Tank whatever they need to pay Tank. His opponents ain't making no bread. So in order for Tank to get what he need to get, his opponents is getting shortcutted. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers ain't making no money like that. These dudes that's fighting Tank ain't making no bread, to be real with you. Now, Jojo Diaz just made a meal with Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? We know that, and it's not to say that Devin Haney is some mega star or nothing. We got to look at the reality of the situation. He got DAZN and Eddie Hearn and Matchroom backing him. We know those guys, they a little, you know, they can be a little frivolous. You know what I'm saying? They'll let some money go. So the irony about all this is that the best matchup, you can say, well, the best stylistic matchup is Kambosos and Lomachenko or Tank Davis. Those are the most exciting fights. But the fight that actually matters is Devin Haney versus Kambosos. That's the fight that actually matters. That's the fight between the only two champions in the division. There's only two champions at lightweight. It's Kambosos and Devin Haney. There's one fight left to make for Undisputed. It's Kambosos and Devin Haney. And the likelihood of you making the most money between all these possible opponents is between Kambosos and Devin Haney. For Kambosos to make the biggest, if he's looking for money, that's probably where he's going to get the most money from. Not just because Devin Haney is some mega star, but it's because look who he got backing him. We see they let Canelo rob him. They paid Canelo an astronomically a lot more money than he actually deserved. You know what I'm saying? These people ain't afraid to let that bag go. We seen that they are paid. So what Kambosos is doing by creating this bidding war, which I don't blame him. I'm going to be like, if it's all about money, but see the fans and the people that make comments on this shit, y'all got to be real. Like, which one y'all going to choose? Are y'all going to allow if y'all backing Kambosos for him not going to Devin Haney straight away, then you got to keep that same energy with everything else. I understand on the business side, like, okay, shit, I want to try to get as much money as I can get. I understand that. But what are we saying now? Is the business more important than legacy? Kambosos is proving that. I don't even think it's a question no more. Kambosos is proving that the business is more important than legacy. Because he's creating a bidding war to see who's going to pay him the most money when we already know what the best fight out there is for him. The most meaningful fight, the legacy fight, is Kambosos versus Devin Haney. Undisputed history. That's the only fight that makes sense. So why haven't Kambosos came out and said, look, fuck all these other options. I want Devin Haney. That's who I want. Fuck everything else. Devin Haney is the fight that I want. Devin Haney done said, look, bro, I'll fight you anywhere. After the fight, they brought Kambosos down ringside. Devin Haney fresh out the ring after having a hell of a competitive fight with JoJo Diaz. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Devin Haney like, bro, what's up? I'll take the backseat to you. I'll be the B-side. You know, you got all the belts. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the B-side. Even though I accomplished more than you, I'll be the B-side. I'll fight you wherever. It is what it is. Devin Haney is on some real champion shit. Like, I'll concede all of that bullshit to you. Let's make it happen. Because Devin Haney really want to prove that he the best. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really about the money with Devin Haney. See, for certain guys, it's about legacy. Certain guys, it's about money. Devin Haney really just want to be the best. He said, look, whatever percentage you talking about, like whatever y'all got going on, wherever you want to fight, bro, let's make it happen. I want to prove that I am the real undisputed champion. I want to achieve greatness. I want to prove that my legacy is going to mean something. You dig what I'm saying? But what George Kambosos is proving right now, and from what I see, a lot of fans and a lot of people backing him up, you know, saying that he should look at Lomachenko or look at Tank Davis. Y'all proving that y'all believe that the business is more important than legacy. You know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. How do y'all feel about this whole long drawn out process with Kambosos not deciding who he's going to fight right away when there's really only one fight? Like I said, it ain't like he got to go collect no other belt. None of that. It's only one fight left. Josh Taylor could have fought Terrence Crawford or something if he wanted to instead of fighting Jose Ramirez. But he didn't do that. He said, I'm going to fight Jose Ramirez because it's only one fight left for me to be undisputed. When it's only one fight left, bro, there is no other option. Jamel Charlo could have moved up and fought anybody or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He could have vacated the belts. He could have ducked Brian Castano. He said, no, I want to fight Brian Castano because that's the last fight for Undisputed. And now he's fighting him again. The first fight was a draw. He's fighting him again, you know what I'm saying, this year in March for Undisputed. That's what real champions do. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Do y'all believe? Let me know what y'all think. Is the business more important than legacy? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Contender regime, boxing, I'll holler at y'all boys, man.